Recall the parallel nature of the prophetic visions of Daniel 2 and Daniel 7. Recall that metal beast represents the state, nation, kingdom, while non-metal, human-like, represent the church, God's people. Not sure though? Not sure it holds for the clay and the eyes of a man and a mouth speaking? Clay, God's people, the church. But now, O Lord, thou art our Father. We are the clay, and thou our potter, and we all are the work of thy hand. Isaiah 64:8. Prophet, seer, and spokesman. Before time in Israel, when a man went to inquire of God, thus he spake, Come, and let us go to the seer. For he that is now called a prophet was before time called a seer. 1 Samuel 9:9. A prophet or seer, that is, one who sees. And he, Aaron, shall be thy spokesman unto the people, and he shall be, even he shall be to thee instead of a mouth, and thou shalt be to him instead of God. Exodus 4:16. And the Lord said unto Moses, See, I have made thee a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. Exodus 7:1. Thus eyes and a mouth are symbolic of a prophet, or in other words, a spokesman for God, and that is what God's people, the church, is supposed to be, a spokesman for God. Recall the interpretation of Daniel 2's feet. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay, and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron. For as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. Daniel 2:41. Daniel 2 and 7. The fall of the church. According to Daniel 2, iron, as in the legs of the statue, plus separate and distinct potter's clay, becomes or is transformed into iron mixed with miry clay, as in the feet and toes of the statue. According to Daniel 7, a little horn or horn, as in one or more of the 10 horns of the nondescript beast, plus a separate and distinct eyes of a man and a mouth speaking for God, becomes or is transformed into a little horn with eyes of a man and a mouth speaking great words against the Most High. Though Daniel 7 does not mention this transformation explicitly, we are assured that it indeed did happen because of the parallel that exists between Daniel 2 and Daniel 7. Note: the iron remains unchanged in the above interaction. In other words, it is not the iron producing the change in the clay and eyes and mouth, transforming the potter's clay into miry clay, and the mouth speaking for God into a mouth speaking great words against the Most High. What is miry clay? He brought me up also out of an horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock, and established my goings. Psalm 42. Miry clay is simply a bad state in which you don't want to be, and in which God doesn't want you to be. In this psalm, David talks of God bringing him out of this situation and placing him on a rock, God himself. Now for some history. The study of prophecy is meaningless unless prophecy is grounded in the real world, in world history. The first kingdom, symbolized by the head of gold of the statue and the lion with eagle's wings, is Babylon, which is mentioned in Daniel 2:37. It is known to history as the Neo-Babylonian Empire and ruled from 626 to 539 BC. The second kingdom, symbolized by the arms and breasts of silver of the statue and the bear, is the kingdom of the Medes and Persians, which is mentioned in Daniel 5:30 and 31, 6:8, 8:20, and 11:2. It is known to history as the Achaemenid Empire and ruled from circa 550 to 330 BC. The third kingdom, symbolized by the belly and thighs of brass of the statue and the leopard with 4 heads and 4 wings of a bird, is Greece, which is mentioned in Daniel 8:21 and 22, 11:2-4. It is known to history as the Empire of Alexander the Great and the Hellenistic empires, kingdoms of his successors, which ruled from 330 to 31 BC. The fourth kingdom, symbolized by the legs of iron and the feet of iron and clay of the statue, and the fourth nondescript beast, is Rome. It is not mentioned by name in the book of Daniel. It has a united or pagan phase and a divided or papal phase. The divided or papal phase, the feet of iron and clay, iron being Rome, plus clay being the church, equals iron mixed with clay, from which it follows quite naturally must be understood to be the church centered in Rome, or the Roman Church. The united or pagan phase of Rome is known to history first as the Roman Republic, which ruled from 509 to 27 BC, and then as the Roman Empire, which ruled from 27 BC to 476 AD. The divided or papal phase of Rome is known to history simply as divided Europe, it being the kingdoms of the Middle Ages resulting from the breakup of the Roman Empire under the various barbarian tribes, which through the passage of time have transformed themselves into today's modern European nations. This phase ruled from 476 AD to the present.